Captain America is getting a name change. I mean, it's still a ways from coming out, but Collider is reporting that Captain America 4 is going from Captain America New World Order to Captain America Brave New World. So we're getting the Aldous Huxley, all that kind of a title change. What are your thoughts on Captain America 4, and what do you think of this name change to a film that still hasn't been released yet, obviously?
I like the first name. Like, what's wrong with I was intrigued with the first. It was like Brave New. Like, oh, all right, whatever.
Yeah,
I like the first one. It feels like brave, like New World Order. Like we're putting the smack down. It sounds serious. It sounds fun, but Captain America. I just hope it's good. I just Marvel makes me sick. I'm sorry. I I hope that we do it justice. It just seems like we are leaving our main our superheroes like our Thor or our Captain America. We are kind of beelining them to introduce new people into the metaverse and kind of push them into the forefront, and then it kind of turns into not being their movie anymore. That's kind of been the pattern for me, so I'm hoping that this is about Captain America and he's actually there and he's not, beeline for the a woman in the suit. I don't know, because they love to put the women in the suits.
what do you think of Anthony Mackie taking over the role of Captain America?
I like Anthony Mackie. I think I've reviewed a few movies with him, especially the old ones, of course. He doesn't he's not as commanding for me as like a leading man, but I do love to see him, but he just doesn't give me that lead. What I would prefer is that we don't get it's like, oh, it's Captain America light. Oh, it's Black Panther light. I would really like for them to the universe, and like I am in no way a comics fan or any of that, but I know there are so many untapped markets as far as heroes and genres and books and comics that people would love to see that have not been pushed into the forefront a little bit. But instead of giving us, something new, we're giving, She-Hulk and, things like that. And She-Hulk was not the She-Hulk in the comics, so I don't want to see that. But I would really love something new. I don't want a variation of the same character.
Yeah, it makes sense. I have not seen Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't have Disney Plus as of yet. It's one of those weird holes in my interest level where I have Netflix and I have HBO Max, but I don't have Disney Plus. And I really need to sign up for Disney Plus because there's all that Star Wars stuff and all the
Yeah.
Marvel stuff, but like there's been so much controversy over the Marvel streaming shows. But the one of those shows that seems to get universal praise is Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I definitely need to sign up and watch Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I enjoyed the first season of Loki. The
Nice.
first season.
Season 2, not so much.
It's the same thing that we're seeing in the films where they kind of get beeline for a different character. Most often it's female. What I call it on my channel, it's the He-Man Woman Haters Club. We have all the women, come in like hear me roar. Like I can do what you can do. I'm just as strong. So we kind of beeline our males to introduce female character. So, there's a little bit of that.
We turn all the men into Spanky and Darla takes over the world.
Yeah, like. Pretty much. Not even Spanky, they're alfalfa. Like,
yeah.
Oh gosh.
And as far as the New World Order, I keep thinking when I hear New World Order, I think of the wrestling from like the '90s when Hulk Hogan left the WWF before it was when it was still the WWF, and they went over and it was all it was Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania is dead. Yeah. But apparently there was some political or cultural considerations there for renaming it into Brave New World. So yeah, and plus all the hardcore critics, all of the highfalutin, highbrow, like the people wearing the ascot when they review, and you ever notice like the really hardcore critics all have some quirky affectation, like there's an eye patch or something, like All that crowd, I think, always seems to love any kind of literary reference. Ooh, it's Aldous Huxley, Brave New World. That's a brilliant title. Like, I'm just like,
I don't know. I just hear the mayor. You sound like Mayor from the Powerpuff Girls.
Did I there? Nice. I love it. So yeah, I skew more towards The Simpsons. So whenever I think of the mayor, I think of Mayor Quimby and a really bad JFK. Like, and over here we've got bad voices by Dragon Movie Guys. So moving on to our final story of the day. Also interesting, Harrison Ford is making his debut in Captain America 4 as well. Are you looking forward to that as well?
No.
No Harrison Ford?
I love Harrison Ford, but personally, I don't go past in the Indiana Jones franchise. I don't go past part two much often. I stopped. As far as I'm concerned, the franchise ended part two. I feel like it
Really?
was so great, and I love those. I really don't go past those really often.
You didn't like The Last Crusade that came out in 1989, the one with Sean Connery as his dad?
It was cool, but just my favorite, and if I had to go, I would definitely stop at Sean Connery. But I personally like my favorites are the first and the second one. But yes, that one's great. But once we got into, Shia LaBeouf territory and that whole thing, I was like, oh God, this is terrible. I'm just hoping that they send him off properly because I'm assuming that this is going to be his last entry in the film, of course. And I just want it to be respectable and we're not shoehorning or making things out of thin air just to milk this franchise, and I hope it's a good movie.
Well, poor guy is 80 some odd years old, so there's only so long you really want to see anyone carrying a bowl whip.
I don't want the disbelief, like, oh, like, yeah, you have to just have disbelief that a 80-year-old man could do that, like he did that. Oh, that's amazing.
Well, at a certain point, the fedora, just at a certain point in age, this is just anybody, at a certain point, putting on a fedora at 85 or whatever years old, it's more ironic than it is like, we've got Harrison Ford back. It's like, like pretty soon he's going to be doing the chases on the little scooter things. I don't want to age shame Harrison Ford, but I love Harrison Ford.
I'll be watching it though. I'll definitely be watching it. I'm just looking. I look forward to more of the new things. Like I thought Renfield was awesome, like crazy awesomeness.
I was really looking forward to that film. It felt, ironically, to quote a Harrison Ford line, it felt like it was made in committee in that one. So